Okay. I gotta record this part. Just like the other day. Okay, it's just gonna be a conversation. I'm gonna facilitate it. If I feel like the flow is not flowing how I want it to flow, then I'll change it up. Okay. So what we want to do, everybody's gonna have a chance to talk, and um we want to make sure we keep it kind of at a short level, because we want everybody to be able to tell their story. Okay. And I am going to record this, and like I said, get it edited and then hand it out to you guys so that you can do whatever you want with it. And then hopefully this, with my streaming live Facebook kind of thing, has to change, but I'll get that taken care of. But right now I do also have to go over with you guys. This is my company, Life, Legacy, and Transformation, and I'm doing blended voices under that. And so I am doing podcasts, which means I have you guys content, because we're going to talk about stuff, and then also your picture and stuff like that. Now I ain't gonna do nothing crazy with it, but I have to tell y'all this is my content, and y'all can call me later on and tell me you don't like the way some look or what I put out there. So I just need y'all all agree, say we got, okay, I understand.
Okay, I understand.
Okay, Samone, I didn't hear you. I know she gonna have a question.
Don't be piecing sentences together that ain't the way. Don't be loving hip hop in us.
I ain't loving hip hop. What you got?
I'm just playing. I agree.
Okay, all right.
I think we're looking up your nose.
Whose nose?
Simone's nose.
No, it's looking at the ceiling, Aunt Emily.
It's the ceiling. That ain't her nose.
No,
it probably was my nose just 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, just the tip of it.
I'm going to go back on mute. You guys can talk. When I said about 6, first of all, again, Simone, you want on the phone. All you guys turn your camera off, and then I will introduce you guys and bring you on, and then we just gonna have this is how it's gonna go. We're gonna just have a little chit chat at first, how y'all day go, all that kind of stuff, and then I'll ask the first question and get into it. Okay.
I have 2 questions.
Sure.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me? Okay, I have 2 questions.
I can't see you, though. There she goes. Don't she have that beautiful smile? Don't she like Jill Scott? Jill Scott's my favorite artist. Don't she just have that beautiful smile? Just like, yes, Simone.
I got one more braid to take out. That's what I was doing.
Oh,
my bad. But my question is, as far as the audience is concerned, like you say, you had people chiming into the Zoom. Are you in control of their mics? Like,
I already told people when I went on when they come in, to have their microphones off, have their computers have the mics and their cameras off. If they do come in, that's not a problem. We just go ahead and close it out for them. So, and even if they do want to stay on, and because it is Zoom, if they want to keep their picture on, that's fine. They can do that. The only people that's going to be talking is going to be you, Kenisha, and me, and Emily. So they can look all day, but they can't. If they say something, I'll just, everybody turn your mics on. Turn your microphones, I'll put them on mute. And if they want their camera, that's fine. If they don't, that's fine too.
Okay, I need to know.
My second question. Oh, sorry, Emily.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. You had another one.
My second question is, when you prompt us with the different questions or whatever, when you want us to talk, are you going to specifically say who you're talking to so that we're not talking at the same time?
Absolutely. Yep. I will phrase the question, and I say, well, I know something about this. I had that problem. How has that affected you, Simone? Or how has that affected you, Kenisha? And then, if you guys want to piggyback off each other, that's fine. That's what a whole conversation is about. Just everybody can't be talking at once. So it's like, wait till that person is done and be like, hey, I want to piggyback off of what they said. So we won't be all talking at one time. Because if that happens, then I'm gonna come in and then I'll start talking the whole time. And we don't want that. We're not gonna have me talking the whole time. So no, just everybody's gonna be able to tell this story. I'm so excited about the feedback I'm getting. Didn't know this many people had this out here and that was suffering from it. And so I think we got something very valuable information, and that I see y'all that have it, and you guys still, like I say, no grass growing under y'all feet. Y'all still doing the dang on thing. And so that's inspiring and inspiration for people, that just because you get well, I want to ask y'all, and this is what
I'm listening.
it's not an
cut off.
autoimmune disease, is it?
Yeah.
No.
It is I couldn't find it. That's what I'm saying. Isn't it?
I thought it was, Kenisha, because I have autoimmune deficiency also. I thought it was all just part of it.
I thought it was, hold on. First of all, the biggest problem to me with fibromyalgia is that it's understudied. So hell, they probably don't even know what it is.
No, I don't think they do.
It says no. Like if I Google it as a question and say, is it an autoimmune disease?
No.
It says no, it's not considered one.
And I asked Alexa, trust me, I've been
But
asking her
what is
questions all day.
interesting and what would be cool to find out, because I do have an autoimmune disease too, and you said you do as well. Not Emily, do you? Have you been tested, Samone?
No.
Okay, that'll be something you might want to look into as far as just making sure, because it later can add to what you're already dealing with.
Okay.
Can you get some money for
it? Some money for it?
Wait, what you mean? Because I already get disability.
Me too.
What other money do you want to get?
Did you guys get the disability because of the fibromyalgia or other issues?
No, the fibromyalgia
Really?
for me. Yeah.
For me also. But there's so many issues that go with it. It was all
Depression, all that other kind of stuff that come with it too.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's like an underlining diagnosis for people anyway. So okay, y'all, 4 minutes. Let me get out here. I gotta do something.
I gotta figure out how to turn this camera off. Okay, Lise.
Okay, so is there anything in the are there like 3 little dots in any of your corners or anything?
In the middle.
Trace and stop. Yeah, so try and click on anything with the 3 little dots and see if it gives you options. Like to either mute or...
Oh, down here, it surely does. Okay. Stop video, chat, reaction, share. Goes off so fast.
And if it shows you like a white microphone or a white little camera, if you click on it, it should turn red and that'll cut it off. All you have to do is click on the icon usually.
Oh, there I go.
There. Yep, there you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, let me get my phone set up so I can be ready to.
Now, when do we get on when you introduce us? Oh, Tonya's.
Oh,
yeah. She said wait till she says your name.
Okay.
Emily, if you pull that bar back up, you can see different icons where you can, if you want to raise your hand to speak. If Tonya don't see you or hear you, you can have the heart reaction.
Oh, yep. Okay, I see it.
Yeah. So you can just, if it's something that you like somebody saying.
Oh, gotcha. If I agree with or whatever.
Yeah.
I wish it would stay up. It won't stay up.
No, it'll time itself out, but you can always hit the bottom of the screen and it'll come back up.
Oh, so I don't have to put, okay. Oh, there it goes. Okay, thank you.
JoJo, I need to take me down. Sorry.
I wonder what's her theme music where she start her show.
Lizzie, your DI Beery or whatever it is that neuropathy also?
Oh, my Guillain-Barré.
Yeah.
Well, that also only happens to 1 in every 10,000 people, so they don't even know a lot about that either. But it is a lifelong thing, so I'm assuming it's neuropathy, but they don't know a lot about it yet. All they know is that lately they've been finding connections between childhood vaccinations and Guillain-Barré later in life. So,
oh wow,
that's why they asked when I got Trayson's 11-year-old vaccinations if the family has a history of it, and I said, he has no history, but I do. Why are you asking? And they said, well, we've just been instructed to ask that now because there's been some correlations. And I'm like, oh, okay, drop that bomb on me now.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's wild. You lose complete control or sensation in your legs. Like I had to learn to walk twice. And even still, when I have bad days, I can feel it like getting ready to happen, or if I do too much with my legs and stuff. And I will just literally, just if I'm standing somewhere, just walking, or I'll just fall and not be able to use my legs until I can feel them again. And then when I do feel them, it's burning and it's painful, and yeah, so
it's ugly.
Yeah, it's wild. Since I have a lot more muscle now that I've worked on it, I haven't had an episode where I can't control it anymore, but I also know what it feels like before it happens. So I can get away from like a counter or something like that if I feel like I'm going to fall or anything. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
I knew it was, her legs got really skinny. Her legs got no muscle tone. Then she had to build them up and stuff. It was bizarre. It was a bizarre little thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, going from soccer legs to toothpick legs, it was not fun.
Oh, here's another phone with a microphone off. What do you have on, Lizzie?
MySpace, apparently, because my son has hijacked the television, and now there is a skeleton with a rotating jack-o'-lantern on his head. So I'm in the kitchen. I just finished making him dinner.
You'll probably have to put your mic on mute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put. Oh yeah, I planned on being on mute. I just was gonna harass until I got told to go away.
She helped me get my face straightened out.
No, weird. It's a learning process. You learned so much today. I'm so proud.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so weird though, because the whole trajectory of the TV tray and the tablet and stuff are all not even straight on, and I thought I was sitting straight on.
Kenisha.
Victoria.
Kenisha.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you going to be talking? Are you going to be in the conversation the whole time?
Not
then
the whole time.
Vicky can do the chat, talk back to people and all that stuff.
Oh, it's up to you.
Okay, so that way we can focus. Okay, Vicky, are you okay with that? Hey, Samone. Okay, yeah, it's almost time, y'all. You guys turn off your please turn off your cameras and stuff, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. How y'all doing? Hope all is well. Hey, we're going to give people a couple of minutes to jump on in here, and then we're going to get started. So while you guys are waiting, I hope y'all go get y'all mocktail. Okay. Y'all got your mocktail today? Y'all drinking on?
I gotta go get mine.
Well, you can put your camera on and go get yours and come back. Let's come back and get it. Yeah, there you go. All right, guys, we're going to give it a couple of minutes and then we will be starting. Please, you guys, please let everybody know we're doing this strictly through Zoom. Some issues, technical issues I've been trying to work on all day, wasn't able to connect live through Facebook. So please give out this link, just send it to them and you'll let them in. So, we'll be able to still have a great conversation and everything. So let's see here. Okay, let's see. I gotta put it on. Okay, ladies, please turn your cameras off till I admit you. All right, we got some people coming in. See here. I haven't. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, come on in, come on in. We're gonna get started in just a few seconds. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so she's got it there now. All right, how y'all doing? Oh, okay, how y'all doing? Just looked at a picture and I'm like, it's a nice picture. How you doing? All right. Okay, it is 7:01, I believe. And I just had, so you got your mocktail. Okay. Y'all go get y'all mocktail. Remember, our theme is mocktail or cocktail, whatever you want to have on Thursdays. Okay. I have a blueberry and strawberry mocktail that I put together, and it tastes pretty good. So we just have a really relaxing vibe. We're going to have a conversation about something very important. And so I want everybody to be relaxed. All right. All right. It is 7. Let me see. I can see it from here, 7:01. So funny, y'all. I have to tell y'all about went to the eye doctor and they told me I had cataracts. I done had 2 surgeries in 2 weeks. So bear with me. I'm learning how to work these new eyes, okay? All right. So, like I said, I'm Tonya Ford, and I'm the host and creator of Blended Voices. And I'm just here because, it's a lot of things going on right now. Life be lifing. Like we say, life be lifing. It's a lot of stuff happening in the world. It's a lot of stuff happening in people's lives, and sometimes a lot of depression and all that kind of stuff happening. So I just want Blended Voices to be a safe place to come to where we can support each other and inspire each other and uplift each other and help each other because we're all going through something. So that's what Blended Voices is all about. So tonight we have a near and dear subject to my heart, and that's living with pain every day. Okay. I am one of the people who live with pain. Now we're talking specifically today, this is going to be physical pain. Okay. We'll dive a little bit into the mental, but this is physical pain. It's specifically neuropathy and fibromyalgia. That is something that I've learned so much more about in the last few days from these ladies that I've been talking to, and I can't wait to introduce you to them. There's a phenomenal women who's been living with this for years. So let me first, I don't know, I'm just no particular order, y'all. Okay, I'm just going to say 1, 2, 3 and go that way. All right, so
I'm gonna put myself on my picture on so your guests can be where I'm not showing.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So let's see. First, we're going to have Emily Roberts. We have Emily Roberts, and she is a compassionate professional with extensive experience working with severely disabled adults in a school setting, having lived with fibromyalgia and its associated challenges. She is passionate and about improving the quality of her life, herself, and others. Emily brings resilience, empathy, and a deep understanding of chronic pain and mental health to her work and her personal life. Emily, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Oh, thank you so much for coming. I'm trying to get the mouthful out and I'm still trying to work my new eyes. So forgive me if I butchered your bio. I'll try not to butcher the next one, okay?
It's all good.
Right. All right. Then the next one woman we have here, phenomenal. Like I said, all these women are, and you wouldn't even think they were sick because they still so active and they're still out there. They still doing stuff, and that's why I know I have neuropathy. It's not, that's the end of life. Okay, you still have things you can do. All right, you just have to have a new normal. So this next lady is a little younger, but when I tell you a powerhouse, she is a powerhouse. And that's Samone Scurry. She is a New York native, Atlanta raised. She's 33 years old. She has one son and a partner, educator, entrepreneur, fashion designer, model, actress, officiant, and self-proclaimed superhero. Yes, she is. She has a passion for the youth and helping her community. She is a proud fibromyalgia warrior and excited to be a part of spreading awareness and support. Let's welcome Samone Scurry on too. Hello, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, thank you so much for coming on. And I said, and she's one of the younger ones out of this. So, when they were talking about fibromyalgia, somewhere you get it later in life and that type of stuff. But no, that's not the case. But we're gonna talk about that. And then we have one other lady that got it pretty early in life. And she worked in the Child Protective Service for years. Okay, worked there for years. She's 47 years old. She's been living with fibromyalgia for a long time, plus other issues there. And so she has a lot that she can share with it as well. And so we're talking about the amazing Kenisha Moffett. So Kenisha, can you bring yourself on here? Hello, Kenisha. How you doing today?
I'm fine.
How was today for you, ladies?
It was okay.
Sorry,
was,
okay. How are you doing today?
I was grandma today to the grandkids, and Lisa and her son came over too, and so that was all my grands together, and we went sliding down the driveway.
Oh, okay. Oh, a lot of snow still there.
Oh gosh.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. We live in Georgia. My bad.
Yeah.
I know that moment.
Oh my gosh. It's Samone, how was your day? Did you have a good day?
Yeah, I had a great day today. I did a regular day nanny with my nanny share, and then I had a speech therapy client, and now I'm here with you guys. So I had a full day, but a great day.
All right, I appreciate it. Look at this, all she's done in a day, and when y'all find out what fibromyalgia is and what it affects, y'all gonna be like, excuse me. Okay, so Kenisha, how was your day today? You good?
I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Very chill and relaxed.
Hey, that's the best kind of day. That's what we want to do, right?
That's right.
We want to go and do. So, all right, ladies. All right, so we talked the other day, this is not the first time we've talked about this. And the reason this is so important for me, you guys that do follow me know that I have cervical neuropathy and bulging disc issues and stuff that I've had from a car accident that I received in 2012. And I still have issues to this day, and neuropathy is no joke. That's it's it's something that you just don't want to. You don't want it, okay? Just don't want it. Don't get it, okay? Because it's like it's the your nerves and the tingling and the burning, and it's I have cervical neuropathy, so it affects my arms and my extremities and my feet and my hands and stuff, and it's so hard. It's you trying to get up or trying to do something, and your hand is numb. You have to literally beat my arm or beat my leg to get it to not have that numbness in it and tingling. Do any one of you guys, is that something that happens with you guys with the fibromyalgia? Emily?
Yeah, I have neuropathy also, but it's in my legs from my arthritis in my back and stuff. But and it's the tingling, the burning. You get up from sitting down and you have to get up really slow, or you get up and you're like, oh, they're not holding me up very well, and you have to sit down and start over.
Okay.
And getting out of bed is really, really hard. I kind of walk like a drunken sailor a lot of times. I'll take a couple steps right or left, and I don't mean to do that. Someday I'm going to find some dance moves that go with that, so it looks a little more normal.
There you go. You have to figure out a new normal. There you go. Figure out a dance move with it. I think was that Humpty Hump. They had their own dance with it. Okay. All right, Samone, how about you? Does any of those things affect you with the numbness?
Oh, absolutely, especially like back here in my arms. Get it the
Mm.
worst for me. And it might be because I work with children, so I'm doing a lot of lifting. I try to limit it, but it is what it is, especially when I have infants. But and most of the time I can't get it off of myself, and I have to have my partner like rub it out or squeeze it out. But it definitely gets to the point. But I don't necessarily get it so much in my legs. My main problem in my legs is the restless leg syndrome. So it's really just in my arms with that tingling feeling.
And you know what? And that's when you just mentioned that, Kenisha, when we talked the other day, you mentioned that restless leg syndrome. And that was the first time I had heard that with it wasn't the first time I heard it. I've heard it before, but when I talked to all three of y'all said the same thing, that y'all had the restless leg syndrome. And I'm like, is this something that goes with, fibromyalgia? Kenisha, is that something? What did the doctor say? Did you ever ask them? Was that some type of connection or anything like that? Or
when it first started happening to me, I didn't know what was going on. I thought it was muscle spasms, or I had no clue. But when I mentioned it to my doctor, because of all the medications that I was on, I also thought it was a side effect from that. But then when I stopped taking it and it was still happening, it was just like, okay, what in the world is going on? Because it will mostly happen at night when I was trying to sleep, and it would wake me out of my sleep. So it was just a matter of me having to get up and kind of walk it out, or just move in different positions. It was just nothing that would change or relieve that pain.
And that's kind of what I experienced too. And it's like people don't realize. Here's my thing with when you tell people what you're feeling. What was it like when you were going to your doctor and you were telling your doctor that you had you were having these issues? What did they do, Samone? What was your experience like?
My initial experience, I had came home from college. So I had to leave college to come home to figure it out. So my initial experience when I first got there was like real questioning and judgmental on my previous lifestyle that could have been in college. Like, what were you doing? And I'm like, nip it in the bud. I wasn't on drugs and that type of thing. And then it was a long time of just like, to me, in denial or disbelief because I was so young. That they tried to make it other things. Like I went through 2 years of testing of blood work, getting blood work every 2 weeks for 2 years, trying to figure out what was wrong with me until eventually they told me I had fibromyalgia. And from my understanding, a lot of people get diagnosed with fibromyalgia by process of elimination. It's not really like a fibromyalgia test, and then you know, pass or fail or show certain symptoms for specific tests. Is just, oh, you don't have all the rest of this stuff. Okay, then you must have fibromyalgia if you're in
Oh,
chronic pain.
oh,
I
okay.
guess.
Well, if we just gonna eliminate process of elimination. Is that what happened with you, Emily?
Yes, most definitely. Same situation, except I went to a lot of doctors. They sent me my um, home doctor, whatever, sent me to a lot of different doctors for each thing, like my back, my legs. I went to different doctors for every one, and that was my elimination. But also the blood test, the iron infusions, all the infusions for different vitamin deficiencies or whatever have you, and just it was a mess.
Yeah, and it's already bad enough when we go to the doctor, and see, I worked in the medical field for years, and so I kind of know how to deal with them. If they're not listening to me, then I know how to move on to the next doctor. But a lot of time, especially African American women, a lot of times we go to the doctor, they don't listen to us. They not listen. They're not trying to hear exactly what's going on with us, and go in there and don't have no insurance and see how quickly they gonna treat you and street you is what they call it. But it's just, but not saying, Emily, that you don't experience that, but it's just, it's like, wow, they don't listen. Well, let me go somewhere else. So what does a day look like for you living with this pain every day? Well, Kenisha, go with you. What does a day look like for you?
Honestly, it's it's not something that I can wake up and plan anything. I can have appointments, scheduled things on my to-do list, and I wake up and my body is telling me, nope, we're not going nowhere. We're not cooperating today. And I'm bed bound, literally. So it's just, I wake up and I'm like, okay, Lord, today, is it going to be a good day? Are we getting out? Am I going to be able to, be productive? It's just a day by day thing for me. It's not something that I can plan ahead or try to. No, not for me. That's not the case. So if I do feel good, then I'm up and I'm running the heck out of my body, literally, to where I'm paying for it later. But at least I feel like I accomplished something.
Okay. Yeah, I do understand that. Those days when I get these headaches with the neuropathy is on the left side, I'm completely down. I just don't call me. I'll call y'all when I'm done. So I know how having severe pain can be. Samone, what about you? What does a day look like for you? You be running though, Samone. She got 29 businesses. She got clothing line. She very skilled. How do you, I'm serious. She is always running. I don't
honestly, okay, it might be like a little dark, but honestly, I feel like it will come to a time where my body is going to not necessarily shut down, but turn into a different gear to where I'm not able to do everything. So the big part of the start of my day is like just is determination, honestly. Saying like, I can do it. I know it's like I said, I know it's cliche, but like I can do it. My biggest one for me, because I do a lot, is like God didn't give me all these gifts for nothing. I've tried to not do them or whatever, and I just don't feel complete. So my biggest thing is about time management. My day is about time management, so I make sure that I schedule out times where I'm going to rest throughout the day. Like I said, I work with children, so I know I'm guaranteed a nap time. I mean, for the most part, children are unpredictable, but for the most part, I'm guaranteed a downtime with that. I chose to be an entrepreneur so that I am in control, and I don't have to like feel bad about letting down a company or a classroom or whatever. So I chose to be an entrepreneur. So I kind of took control in that area where I can say like, I need my downtime. I make sure that everybody around me is aware of what's going on. And then I just honestly, I go for it. I just constantly just tell myself, like, you can do it. This disease is not, or this disorder is not the best of you. It's not who you are. All the rest of these gifts is who you are. And then I just really make sure I listen to the people around me. Like my partner and my mother and my son are very, very, very adamant about me resting. So they make sure, like, did you rest? Okay, make sure you get your rest. Don't worry about it. I got it. Even my baby, he like, I could do it. I could make it myself, So they really, and then I have to make sure, like, okay, let me listen to them because I know that they love me and I know I go too far. So I just make sure that throughout my day, I'm taking those on purpose times and then listening to the people around me so that I don't overdo it.
Okay. And that's smart advice. Listen to people. And one thing I know for sure, if you don't take those breaks, your body will shut you down.
Yes.
It will shut you down. Okay. It's gonna say, if you don't want to shut down, I'm gonna shut down for you. So you got to listen to your body and listen to people around you. Absolutely. Emily, how's a day? What does a day look like for you besides shoveling out the snow? Yes, I am bragging about it. Ain't no snow here.
I only shovel if it's like fluffy stuff.
Okay.
But
how's the day for you?
Yesterday, I was supposed to do something that I couldn't do. I felt very disappointed. I felt like I disappointed the person that I was supposed to do it with. But then she was coming back saying, no, I could really use a nap myself and blah, blah, blah. So that it seems to always work out when you can't do something. There's always another time to do it or something like that. But like today, there'll be a little price to pay for playing with the kids and stuff. But Lisa, my daughter, and Trey, Lisa's always saying, no, don't do that. Would you just quit doing that and sit down and stuff like that?
Because you don't like to sit down. You don't.
I don't.
You don't sit down.
No.
You got to sit down sometimes.
I know. It's hard to sit down. But luckily, I'm retired. So
that's true.
I get to choose my battles, which is a benefit too to dealing with pain.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I definitely work from home, so that helps out a lot. For people who don't know what fibromyalgia is, and this is what I read. Now, you guys could definitely tell me, where you're at, but it says it's a chronic condition characterized by widespread musculoskeletal pain, along with symptoms such as fatigue, cognitive disturbances, and sleep issues. It affects the way the brain processes pain signals, often leading to amplified perceptions of pain. Is that a good definition of fibromyalgia?
I think it's general.
Yeah.
General?
I think it's very,
is that just a little general? I mean,
very vague.
It's real. I mean, so tell me. So what is? I mean, that's just a general thing, but what is missing from that? Kenisha?
A lot of things.
Well, Samone, go. Huh? Samone, go ahead. What's missing from that?
Oh God. That's why I say, okay, I don't know that it's necessarily missing. I just think that when you read that statement, right, you might get a general like idea like, oh, this person is in pain, right? But then you don't get like the depth of it is what I meant, and it may be just like a long list of symptoms that I'm referring to, but it's so many other things that come with it. You get anxiety that people don't talk about. You get depression that people don't talk about. You get to where you want to be in this certain healthy lifestyle that you want, and you can't necessarily perform it. Like working out is a crazy obstacle. It's people who I know who they can't balance their diet correctly because one reason or another, because they're depressed or because their body won't digest things properly, and then it messes up your urinary tract system and your sleep at night and your jawbone and your vision, and it's a lot
Oh
of
my
things
God, they didn't
that
put all of that on here, but
Yeah.
sheesh. I went to the wrong place. I don't know where I got that little general. It was general.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't a bad definition. It really wasn't a bad definition. It just was.
For
It was
beginners.
just too vague
Oh,
for you
that's
to
for
get a real
beginners.
idea.
It's a for, she
Yeah,
says for
it's
beginners. Oh, that's a for
Yeah.
for
That
beginners.
that make more sense.
Make more sense. This would be somebody that's just recently been diagnosed with it, and the longer you live with it, the more things that happen and come along. And that I understand from the car accident that I got in. The guy who rear-ended me doing 50 miles per hour while I was at a stop sign, and my head hit the steering wheel so hard. Now this is May, y'all down south here. The ones that's down south, y'all know May is hot. May is hot here. May 15th is hot. Okay. So I'm at the stop sign. Next thing you know, I'm like Tweety Bird because I'm almost knocked out. And then I couldn't remember. Okay, first thing I said, I've been in an accident, but my head was cold and I couldn't figure out why my head was cold because it was hot. And y'all know he hit me so hard, he knocked my wig in the backseat of the car. It was, and then the little, the stocking cap, it was hanging on just a little piece of hair. And I keep my wigs on pretty tight, y'all know, right? Y'all know that. And so from just that happening, that cervical neuropathy, then I got back issues because it's like one thing hurts. So then you start coddling, let me lose this side. So now you got issues over there. And then now you got issues somewhere else. Emily's still laughing about my wig.
Probably the one you were going to send me.
You know what?
Wait, we handing
I
down
got something
wigs?
for you. Seriously, I do. We're handing out hair. No, Emily, I had a black wig. She wanted this wig. It's so funny. But from the cervical neuropathy came, it was like more and more issues came that built on from that because I couldn't work. I was depressed. I had to move in with a family member. Thank God I could. I lost everything, and then depression set in.
Yeah.
So now you have another issue that you're dealing with.
Yeah.
And so what's y'all take on that?
A little bit of insanity sets in.
Yeah. Yeah.
You feel a little crazy at first because pain's so invisible. No one knows what you're going through. And then you tell them and they're like going, well, you're out here, you can't be that sick. You're out doing this, you can't be that sick. But they don't realize every single thing you do, every single thing, you have to double think it. You have to say, what is this chocolate bar gonna cost me? What is this, what is alcohol gonna cost? Because they all play a part. And besides just the physical aspect of things, like being too busy one day, and then the next day you're down and out, and you can't even, you're from the bed to the couch.
Yeah, I would agree with that. What about you, Samone?
Oh yeah, I definitely agree with that. The biggest thing to me is really just about the pain being invisible, as Emily put it. The biggest thing that I think that I had faced at the beginning was getting people to understand the magnitude of the pain.
Yeah.
And the magnitude of the push through of the pain. Like, don't ever think that because I'm here that I'm not in as much pain as I'm saying that I'm in.
Exactly.
Maybe that my love for you or my happiness for you or whatever it is, I'm choosing to let it outweigh it or whatever the case is. But it was a big battle with just getting people to not necessarily believe, because I do believe wholeheartedly that people wanted to believe it, but it was just hard for them to really understand and grasp, like, how could all these things be wrong with you all the time?
Yeah.
And don't that just, it infuriates me because, you know, like you said, they look at you and be like, well, you don't look like you sick. Well, you know, my mom and anybody that know me used to always say, just because you feel bad don't mean you have to look bad. So, you know, maybe I don't look like I feel, thank God I don't. But yeah, it's a lot of judgment. It's a lot of judgment because people don't believe you. Kenisha, what about you? Is that what you think that's a pretty accurate assessment?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like she said, with family and them believing you, in them trying to understand and comprehend, even just giving me hugs, it would be painful for me. Just touching me, just giving me hugs. So, and being diagnosed at 27 and me having a young son, being a wife, and just a family member that always chipped in and did everything beyond what I was supposed to do or what was expected. It ended up, taking a toll. So when I could not be that person anymore, it was hard for them to understand what you had this then, but you weren't sitting out or sitting down or, not showing up, and going from that to where I am now is just like, well, what happened and why things change. I had to start making sure that I choose me and making sure that I set my butt down. And when I say, look, I love you, I want to be there to support you, is so much I want to do, but because of where I am, that's not
Where you
it's
can be
a
at.
part of my life anymore.
And it's nothing
It's
personal.
frustrating.
Yeah,
No,
it's nothing
it's not, but
personal
it's
at
hard
all.
because, yeah, you have family members that will, like you said, you don't look sick. I have my dad constantly telling me, ain't nothing wrong with you. Ain't nothing wrong with
Well,
you.
that's that's one of the misconceptions too. When it's a lot of time when people can't see, if it's not a knife sticking out your head or something, they don't, really, oh, you're describing things. It's like, is that really what she got or what she talking about or what she doing? And that's just unfortunately a life area or whatever where we live in the environment. But so that's a question I have. How do you relay that to family members about the pain that you have, and like not to come hug you? Because somebody haven't seen you in a while, they want to just come hug you. And so it's like, how do you just kind of like, wait, hold on. And so that hey, it's nothing personal here, but don't hug me, because if you hurt me, I might have to hurt you. Is that your thing, Emily? Is that
well,
don't say that.
It isn't the thing I feel the worst about is Greg used to come up behind me and put his elbows on my shoulders, and I'd always wiggle out of it, and I didn't realize it was because of my pain. I hadn't been diagnosed, but things like that hurt. Crossing my ankles in bed hurt. Just the contact of anything hurt so bad, and I didn't put it together till after like a couple of years that I don't even know if he knew that I wiggled out of that. I felt like I was giving him the cold shoulder, literally.
What? If 399 pounds came on my back and leaned on it like that, I would be passing out.
Well, you got a point. But I never told him. But if he watches this, then he's going to know. But
so let me ask you guys a question. Once you find out you had fibromyalgia, I know with me, it took me a while for my mind and my body to to be on the same path, because it was like you go from being completely healthy to now I can't do none of this. And it took, because you're mentally, I'm like, I'm still gonna try it. And I just did more damage. So was it a time frame where you were going through, yeah, I think I still can do this, and you couldn't, and then that's another reason why depression set in. So did y'all have any, Samone, you have that problem?
Oh, most definitely. That probably was my biggest thing, was getting my mind. My mind still hasn't necessarily caught up to my body. And I don't think that it ever will, if I'm being honest. I'm a very emotional person, so my emotions trump the mind and the body. My heart trump both of them, to be honest. So if my heart says that I'm in something, I'm in it. And unfortunately, I'm into children. And I tell everybody I have no plans on retiring. And that is an example of my mind being delusional to my body. I don't know that. I don't know. I don't think that it ever does for me. I mean, obviously people come to grips with it. And when I did finally come to grips with having to rest, then I had to come to grips with the guilt of letting people down, or letting things down, or like not making really significant things for my sisters or for my mom or even for JoJo. And it was just like crazy, like, because I'm a supportive person. So it was just like not being able to do things. So now I feel bad. And then so go back to what you were saying about how did I get people to that, it kind of goes together for me, how I got people to understand it, was understanding it for myself. Unfortunately, I learned the hard way with figuring out what my body can take and not take. So when I was learning and going through what I call my episodes of where I just like really can't move, or I'm crying and I need to go to the hospital, and everybody know I'm anti-hospital. I don't want to go. But when I get to the point where I'm hot, I can't move, and somebody got to pick me up and all of that. Unfortunately, my son, my boyfriend, my parents, they've all witnessed it. And then they've also witnessed me go hard. So we all came to grips with it at the same time. Like, this is not good for you. And then I had to be like, okay, yeah. Well, how am I going to figure it out? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do actually. Kenisha, what about you? I know you said something about you put your hand out before people get to you.
Yeah, I have to. I have to, because sometimes you get like you said, those individuals that haven't seen you in a long time and that just want to hang on you, and that, no, mine is so bad to where it feels like my skin is on fire. Even with certain clothes that I wear, I have to be mindful. It cannot be too tight. Even with, laying down, or blankets or coats, I have to make sure that just getting dressed, that, okay, it's loose, it's comfortable. Even with wearing the seatbelt, I have to have my seatbelt so loose to where I'm basically, you can't feel it. It's just, back to your original question, I'm still fighting with what I can and cannot do, because my mind will tell me all day long, nope, you used to do this, you can do this, and I will try. I will definitely try. And I end up paying for it later. But just keeping that young set of mind, I think, is what gives me strength as far as wanting to keep going and pushing myself. I don't want to give up.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's good. That's the mindset, because what's important, it took me a couple of years for that to connect. I used to be able to run around Stone Mountain in less than an hour. Now I can't get around Stone Mountain. If I do, I'm down for a week. Okay. So it's like, now I know that. So now it's like I take different routes around Stone Mountain. I take the flat routes. So you have to create a new normal in order for you to keep going. So I have two specific questions.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, I learned to not be embarrassed on if I needed help. If I needed to be pushed in a wheelchair, not to worry about what other people was thinking. And be okay with using my cane or wearing my braces when I wasn't feeling confident as far as me going out and doing certain things. So just getting beyond that point of what people were thinking.
Yeah, I didn't care what people was thinking. I had to figure that thing out. But I have two questions for all of you. Managing the pain. How do you manage the pain? And my second question, so I won't forget it, is how does your spouse or partner or person around you feel about you having you're having a disorder or whatever? I tell you, I asked my husband that. I just asked him a couple of days ago. We've been together 12 years, and I was like, do you get tired of taking care of me? Do you feel like you know got the shorty end of the stick because I have to go have these radio frequency relations and back stuff and all this kind of stuff, and he's there to take me. And he was like, "Oh, I'm not mad at that. I'm mad because you can't eat seafood." He said, "I'm pissed off about that." He said, "We're taking care of you, no problem." So first, managing the pain, and then how is it, or have you gotten any feedback from your spouse about, because that's a whole nother ball game with them taking, that they have to take on. It's one thing when you're still able to do some things for yourself. It's another when you can't.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still a lot involved. So Emily, oh God, we talking about my brother.
Yeah.
He ain't doing nothing to help you. Samone. No, go ahead, Emily.
No, I think he does forget that things hurt when I do them. He does try to help. He does.
Mm-hmm.
I went.
Mm-hmm.
I could say maybe a little bit more help could be appreciated, but he's busy. He's got his hands in a lot of pots. So, yeah, as far as managing the pain, that depends totally on what I've done that day or the previous day or even 2 days ago. Like, there's things that provoke it.
Mm-hmm.
There's things, like I was telling you, sitting on a bar stool without a back to it,
mm-hmm.
and sitting there trying to watch Greg play music or eat dinner or something like that. But that was torture. And you don't know until you get off the bar stool and you're like going, oh my gosh. And then the next day too, there's things you wouldn't think about that you just don't think about until they happen. And then you got to nurse it.
You got to nurse it. And what about you, Simone?
The way that I manage pain, I try to make sure that I stretch in the morning when I get to work. Me and my baby stretch every day. That's a big part of my little regimen. Making sure that I stretch.
Okay.
I'm a fan. I tried to take medication and it didn't necessarily make me feel better. It kind of made me feel worse, and it definitely didn't help with my career. It was making me drowsy and doze off without notice. It was just I didn't like that. So I chose to try a different route, and I take a more holistic route. I definitely have tapped into like all the medical benefits of cannabis. I have put it in my shampoos. I have put it in my soaps before. I've eaten it, of course. I have definitely tried. I've had lotions with it and creams with it, and a lot of things that have made me feel better. I do make sure that I get massages. That has really helped me a lot.
It's like, how does that help? But if your skin
because let me because that's gonna tie into how my partner helps me, because I only get it from my partner.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, you can say less. I got that.
You won't catch me dead at the spa. Absolutely not. That hurts. But
okay.
Beneficial for me and my like I said, I'm 33 and I got diagnosed when I was 23. But me and my partner have known each other since we were teenagers. So it has been pretty easy transitioning into, just needing more help and needing to care for me, I guess. But I have just like taught him, I guess, how to touch me, how to be around me, how to read my signals, how to not take my words for face value because I'm gonna pretend to be stronger than I feel. Like I have really just tried my best to like hold his hand through it so that it's not so much of a burden, because I do understand that it's a lot for me to figure out. So I know that, and I'm on the inside, so I know on the outside looking in, it's a whirlwind. But I've also, motherhood and fibromyalgia came for me at the same time. Well, my diagnosis in it. So I had felt the pain 2 years previous. I told you I got tested or whatever. And then what kind of made me pipe up on my doctors and really try to get answers is I got pregnant. And I was like, okay, I'm in a crazy amount of pain. I was losing weight like crazy because I was literally in too much pain to eat. I was throwing up because I was in pain. It was just a lot going on. So I was like, you know, and that's how I found out I was pregnant, actually. But anyway, because I was in too much pain. But
that's how you found you was pregnant. You got fibromyalgia and you're pregnant. Is that it? It was like that?
It was in like the same, maybe like 2 week span.
Oh wow.
Of me finding out I was pregnant first. And then I'm telling them, like, y'all can't keep taking blood from me. Because like I said, like, they were taking blood from me so much. And I'm like, okay, we just not finna do all of this. So like I always say, like, I just pray to God that this is even what it is, because it took 2 years and then it was kind of rushed at the end. Like I said, it was process of elimination, and maybe they just ran out of tests. But motherhood, like I said, motherhood and fibromyalgia came at the same time. So my make a new normal, you know how you guys say you got to recreate a new normal, was a completely new normal. Like, okay, I can't get out of bed, but I have to feed a newborn. And it was just,
what the hell
what is that?
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, y'all. Let me see if I can get this person off. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about that.
I removed them. I removed them, Tonya.
Did you? Thank you, sis.
Yeah. I was like, God, am I seeing what I think I'm seeing?
Yeah,
that's so crazy. Sorry. Wow.
Missed it.
Did you say you missed it?
Be glad you did.
Be glad you did, because I don't know. Wow.
Yeah. Because I don't have my screen on all you guys at one time. I have it on whoever's talking pops up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that, man. So
I forgot what I was saying, but basically,
you said
so
you kind of taught him how to talk.
Yeah,
to how
but for my partner, I definitely taught him how to do it, and then he just wanted to. Like, I just was lucky enough to have somebody that just was like, I love you enough to figure it out with you, to try, he's really compassionate when it comes to that. I'm more so like in my feelings about, because I consider myself to be a strong person, because I'm just independently, I'm just independent, like very naturally independent, even from my parents. Like, I'm just a naturally independent person. So I think I take it harder than he does. And I do ask him all the time, like, are you absolutely sure that this is not a problem for you?
Yeah.
And it has gotten to the point where I think the question is more of a problem than the fibromyalgia.
Yeah. So you need to stop asking him that question.
Because nobody is comfortable with insecurity. Like, how many times do I have to tell you and show you and da-da-da-da-da? But then he also understands that it's a reassuring thing, because I'm in my head a lot about it. And, you know, so it is balanced, and we do kind of still always have to figure out the new stage of it, because like I said, I've had it for 10 years now, and I don't know that I have it figured out.
You never will. It constantly changes.
So Kenisha, I know, Kenisha, you've been married 27 years or 26 years or so?
Yeah, 27 tomorrow. So
27 tomorrow. Happy anniversary. So you've had it the longest. How does Demetrius feel?
In the beginning, I think it was overwhelming for him to grasp, because I was the one that maintained the household, took care of everything, and it became to where now it's all on you. And it was more than he could handle, and he's not the type of person that'll ask family members for help. Neither one of us were. But we were blessed to have such wonderful family and friends that stepped in, because being sick, it don't take holidays. So I was a lot of times not able to do things for my son's birthday or certain. And I just want to say, Sharon, I love you. She's on here. This is my sister-in-law. She picked up, she was there to support a lot of the things that I wasn't able to step up and do.
Okay.
And
I
at
thought she
the
looked
time,
familiar because I kept looking like
yeah,
she's either in our family or somebody family.
she, yeah, but yeah, as far as what I do to kind of help myself cope with it, I just make sure that for me, the thing that's most important is making sure I get my baths in. I take a bath at least every 2 weeks where it's nothing but Epsom salt. And I'll
You would
stay
do it
in.
in bleach if they would let you.
Hey, I sure would. I sure would. But
You would.
anyway, just
She talking
making sure
about OCD.
we're not
If
talking
she
about that. That's not the topic for
if she
today.
can bathe in bleach, she would do it.
That's
Okay.
not the
So,
topic.
but your baths help, your baths and everything, they get that
Yes, and
in.
like she was, and like Simone was saying, just it was a lot as far as trying to teach Demetrius on how I needed to be touched, because some days he could do it perfectly and then other days he could be heavy-handed. So it would just send my body into shock and anxiety whenever he would come near me. And he just learned that, okay, he will read my face. And even if I didn't want to say anything or I didn't want to make him feel bad, I would just kind of take it and bear it most of the time, because I didn't want to overwhelm him or make him feel rejected either. So just making sure that, okay, he just wants to show love. He's just trying to be intimate as far as just receiving that confirmation of it's not all about you being in pain, but still wanting to show that emotional and physical support. But
Okay.
I'm grateful for the person that I have, and he takes a lot of time trying to work his schedule and making sure he's there for every doctor's appointment. And he does a lot of research as far as juicing, what diet would benefit me and help with the pain, and just looking into certain foods that can cause flare-ups and add to that pain. So just changing my diet and being open to trying new things as far as when it's come to not just taking prescription meds all the time.
Well, that's and that's good. Like you said, he's researching and doing everything, trying to help you as well. And same thing with me with my neck and stuff. My husband, he just knows. It's like it's like wake up. My neck is getting rubbed. He's rubbing my neck, and he's making sure that the numbness and stuff, because he just knows. And so just blessed to, I guess we're all kind of blessed with having somebody that is there that want to do that. But you do, I know I do. I don't know about you ladies. Do you ever feel guilty?
Yes.
Oh gosh, yes.
Oh yeah.
Tell me. Where's it at? Emily, tell me. Give me a story.
A lot of things make me feel guilty or anxious or depressed because of anxiety or but a lot of things I disappoint myself more than people know, because I feel I let myself down.
But you don't, right?
I don't let myself down.
I mean, you're really, really busy a lot, and you do a lot. And it's like, well, you can't really tell anybody not to feel the way they're going to feel, but know that you doing a lot. I mean, you're an inspiration for people who has it, and some people are just, some people just give up. I'm in pain, and so therefore I'm not going to try to do physical therapy. I'm not going to try to look into anything different. I'm just going to take these medications, which is a whole racket that we'll have one conversation another time. And then I'm just going to let life just go by. So what I wanted to, why I brought you three together is because to show that you have this disorder, but you still can live a life.
You can.
You still can live a life.
I'm very uncomfortable sitting up like this. I keep putting my shoulders down and I try not to move, but I'm very uncomfortable sitting like this. I usually have to lounge. I
don't want you to feel uncomfortable.
Oh no, I love you. It's one of those things you choose to do. I mean, it's what, an hour out of my life. I don't
want you in pain.
Oh no, not that bad. It's just
okay. But it's uncomfortable. Bad. That's one of those things that's uncomfortable. It's just you see as I'm leaning up right now because my lower back is hurting. So it's
so that's why I keep sitting up and sitting back and moving my shoulders. I'm trying to sit still, and it's on my mind to sit still, but it's almost making it worse because then I'm too conscious of not sitting still.
Okay. All right. Well, what about what guilty about you, Kenisha? What do you feel most guilty about?
Not being able to be the type of person that is just more involved with family and friends and my grandkids. And even when we go on vacation, I'm not able to participate in the excursions or activities that my husband wants to do or should be able to do because I have to sit everything out and just watch. And he feels bad because he like, well, I want to experience this with you. And I'm like, don't feel like you have to stop your life and what you enjoy because of what I can't, participate in. I'm still here. So be grateful for that. And you go ahead and I'm just enjoying it looking
you got the picture. You taking it's a team thing. You got the phone and you record.
But he knows that.
Hey, the great zip line was wonderful. You got a 10, the whole thing. It's like it's a team thing. So.
But he knows I used to enjoy those things just as much as he did. So now when he doing zip line and he like, dang, I hate that you can't do it with me. And I'm like, it's okay, because I'm thinking to myself, like, shoot, if I was to try to do it, I already know what type of pain I would be in afterwards.
It's probably smart not to do that at all.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But just that guilt part as far as, not being able to do what I used to or what I would want to do more of. But I'm learning to navigate those things now differently and figuring out what it looks like for me.
Well, good. That's very, very, very important to make sure you know what it looks like and how it's going to affect you. Samone, give me, well, what do you feel guilty about?
I feel guilty about both, actually, like about being able to do it. And then I also feel guilty about the times when I decide that I'm going to do it anyway. And then now I'm in pain for a long period of time. But I just feel like you got to find some type of balance, for me. And then I also feel guilty, and I don't want to say it because I love who I am and I thank God for who I am, but I sometimes feel guilty for who I am. Like I sometimes feel guilty that I'm not okay with being a school teacher and just being that and coming home and being a regular 9-to-5er. Like sometimes I feel guilty that I want to do so much. Because I did like genuinely try to not do it, even during the pandemic. Even during the pandemic, when they shut schools down, it was like everybody was going through their own battle of what, how the pandemic affected them. And for me, I was like really, really sad that I wasn't around the kids. So I opened up in-home daycare. And I was like, all right, so my community says they need me. Man, I'm going to just open up in-home daycare. I miss them. They need me. Let's do it. And so sometimes I feel guilty, like, girl, you don't have to do everything that you feel like you called to do. But then I'm like, I do, so I just be guilty.
I actually understand what you're saying with that, because it's a lot of things that I want to do too, but it's a lot of things that I realize that I can't do. But Samone, you do a lot and you do a lot well. So it's like, your mind and everything got to catch up and be like, you know what you doing that you think is nothing is somebody else's, 10, and it's you on a one. You on a one, they on a 10, and you out doing it. And so,
can I say one thing I forgot to say real quick about how I learned to deal with the guilt? One thing that really helped me was my son growing up. Like when he was younger and I couldn't necessarily understand how he felt, he wasn't able to express to me in the proper words how he was feeling about things. I used to project things that I thought he may feel. Like I feel bad because he might feel bad. And then once he got old enough to the point where he's like, no, I'm good, I understand. Like we just did Disney. We can't go to the park when we get back. Okay, it's fine. I understand. So it got to the point where it's like, okay, I have been putting a lot on him and on Kevin that then they vocalize it and it's just like, oh, I'm tripping. And so it helped a lot when my baby got to the point where he can tell me like, you gotta relax.
Your 10-year-old can't keep up with his mom because he telling mom, you need to relax. Because so, to me, that what that says is it's a mindset thing. It truly is. And it's like if you tell yourself you can't do something, you won't do it. If you tell yourself you can, you can't. But there's certain things, situations that come where when you have a health issues where you can't do certain things, then you have to figure out your new normal as far as you still being able to accomplish things that you want to in life, and not just say, you know what, I'm gonna give up. I'm just gonna stay on the couch. I'm gonna take these pills they're gonna give me, which is harming you even more, because then now you're talking about your liver, and then you gain, you're eating bad and you gain weight. Now you got high blood pressure and diabetes, and now you got all these other things piled on because of the depression that came from the original fibromyalgia and neuropathy. So it's really one thing. I have to stay prayed up. Have to. Okay, I have to. Thank you, Father, because I'm still here and I'm still able to do stuff. So tell me, lady, we're going to close this thing out. If anybody have any questions, absolutely. But I want to know. Oh, hold on one second. I want to know. You need it right now because I want to ask them one more question. Okay. So what does it look like going forward for you ladies?
Same
what? This is what you've been doing?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. 63, so it's like, it's I don't see an improvement coming along. I can see maybe a mindset, or maybe if they come out with something that covers all the bases, but I can't imagine that because it includes so many symptoms.
Because there is no cure for it. What I read, is that correct? There's no cure for it at all.
No,
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Barely treatment.
Yeah, Kenisha, what's your plans going forward here?
Just to continue, take it one day at a time. Whatever God tells me to do, I'm doing.
There you go.
And how He tells me to do it. So
there you go, being obedient. Samone?
Yeah.
Oh, well, for me, it's up. I'm not slowing down.
I know it's up. I'm like, what business is on the horizon you got, girl?
It's up for me. I'm gonna keep going and keep pushing until God sit me down, honey. And then when I do sit down, we're gonna have a talk whether it's temporary or permanent. Because I have no plans on letting this fibromyalgia stop me in any way. I'm gonna continue to be the best mother, the best partner. I'm gonna continue to grow my businesses. I'm gonna continue to show up for my sisters and my parents. I'm gonna continue to try my very, very, very best to be there. And if I got to take a nap in the corner to feel better, I will. But I'm going to continue to show up for
Yes,
myself, my
yes.
loved
I'm
ones.
gonna take a
It's
drink of my
my
mocktail off of that.
topic.
So, everybody give a drink. Everybody give her a drink there. Put your drink up for
Cheers.
that one, okay?
Cheers.
Now I have a question for the ladies. May I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely.
I just want, does any foods help more than others? I have this book here. I don't know how true it is or not, but it's called Eat Yourself the Energy. I'm not promoting this for anybody. I just happen to have this book that my daughter had got me for Christmas. She got me a Eat Yourself Calm and then a Eat Yourself the Energy type book because she know I likes books, so she just gets me all different types of books. But one part of this book says when you're in chronic pain, there's certain foods that could help. And I just want to know if any of you had experienced eating any of these foods. It says salmon, ginger, cherries, olive oil, green tea, walnuts, and there's a whole list of, turmeric. If any foods have ever helped any of you,
Yes,
or more else aspect.
avocado, salmon. I love
Okay.
seafood. I love spinach. I love cabbage. I love green vegetables, period. So eating them
Okay.
raw as well as steamed.
Mhm.
I noticed that it was making a huge difference for me.
Oh, that's good.
hmm
That's why I hear so much ailments are related to food, with certain ailments. I'm not sure, like you said, with this ailment here, like you said, it's no
Yeah.
diagnosis for it or anything like that. But this
What
is
about
good
you, other
information, ladies. Very good information.
yeah, Simone, any Emily, any type of foods you
I
guys?
don't know. I don't eat healthy. I know that. I'm aware of that, and I exasperate the issue. And
Mhm.
sometimes when I'm in a lot of pain, I'll go to comfort foods like Oreos and really bad stuff.
That processed sugar is what
I
flares it up even worse.
I know,
Yeah.
Kenisha, but it's what I tell myself is like, oh, this is making me feel better. But I know that it's not,
Mhm.
in reality. But so,
Well,
yeah.
you know what, ladies, thank you so much for coming on and sharing that because it's so important. Like I said, when I'm just doing the research and everything, how many people have fibromyalgia and there's no cure for it. And people just want to think you're crazy pretty much when you come in there, and it's a real thing. But I just wanted to bring light on that even though you have conditions and have things, you still can do things in life.
Amen.
It may not be, you can't run. Like I said, I can't run around Stone Mountain, but I can walk slowly and take another path. It's about finding that new knot and not stopping and keep going. So you three definitely are an inspiration for that. And I appreciate y'all so much. I think somebody had a question. Did anybody have a question? Sharon? Was it Sharon? Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Sharon,
No,
did you
I
have a
didn't have a
question?
question. I was just doing the clap hands, and I just want to
Oh,
say thank you to all you lovely ladies. This was beautiful. I wish more people would have known because there's a lot of good information. And like when you read the general definition, someone who's new to this would have very much appreciate hearing the full definition of what you're going to experience, how you will experience, and ways to handle it. Because I think you all did an excellent job of sharing what to expect, what not to expect, and how you have to have that new normal. So I've just been enjoying the conversation, and I wish you all well. God bless you. And I hope there's less pain in 2025 for each of you all. My little sister on here, I love you to death. Nice job.
Thank
oh,
you.
Thank
thank
you,
you so
Sharon.
much for that. Thank you so much. So, what's anybody want to shout out anything? Any businesses they
I have a
have? What do
closing
you got?
remark.
I mean, let's.
I got shout outs now.
Okay,
No,
Emily,
go
what
ahead,
did you
Emily.
say? Emily, did you say
Oh,
something?
I just had a closing remark I wanted to
Oh,
say,
okay, go ahead.
if I could.
Mhm.
I'm going to read it. So, joy is oxygen for our souls, boosting our strength and resilience. Try to find it in the little increments because joy does exist. You do just,
Absolutely.
there's a lot of joy every day. It's not all pain, it's intertwined. It truly is.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Thank you,
Beautiful.
Kenisha.
Wait, I just want to say thank you for your platform, for allowing me to speak and giving me the comfort to even
I am
come
let me
on.
tell you, I'm very proud of you and
Yes.
Emily. This is their first time on Zoom. I think Samone, I think you probably did Zoom. She's a millennial, so you know, she do all that tech stuff.
This is not
But
normal for
this is not
me.
normal. So I appreciate you guys sharing your story and everything because it's very important. It needs to be heard.
Thank you.
Simone, what's going on for you? Anybody you want to shout out? Anything you want to say?
I just want to shout out my support system, my beautiful family that has definitely held my hand and walked me through this entire thing. And I just want to tell the people who may be just going through their journey of fibromyalgia to find your people, even if it's not your family members, like find your circle, find your friends, because I'm not going to say you can't get through it by yourself because with God, you can do anything, but it's going to be really, really hard to not have people that understand what you're going through around you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, one other question. So what do you think needs to be done to bring more awareness to this? Because it's not a lot of awareness about fibromyalgia. What needs to be
If
done?
you feel and you know something's not right and something's wrong, follow that. Don't let anybody tell you that, oh, it's in your head or you just making things. No, continue to pursue it
Well,
and
I'm
put
saying more just to bring more awareness to I guess more and
There,
more people get it. Somebody gonna start to maybe throw money at it and be like, let's research this
that.
thing
Yeah,
more. But we know it's all just a racket, pretty much.
We
What were you
gotta
gonna
talk
say,
about
Emily?
it though.
Huh?
yeah.
We
She
just gotta
said we
talk
got to
about it.
talk
It's not
about
in
it.
the
Yeah.
conversation. It's just not in the conversation. Like we have to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know how else to say. I do know that I went through my own personal phase of being kind of ashamed because I wasn't
Yeah.
who I used to be, or just ashamed
Yeah.
to ask for help because I was
Yeah.
too prideful, whatever. But once you got to get past being ashamed. And I'm not gonna put a timestamp on that for anybody because I do know that was a very hard struggle to get through. But once we get to the point where we can just talk about it, like really, really have conversations about it freely without shame, then I think that will start to raise the awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just because a lot of people, as soon as I say it, like I have fibromyalgia, they're like, "Oh, what's that?" And then a lot of people associate it immediately think I got cancer.
Oh wow. Let me say why
And
we
then
gotta be
it's like
going on there?
it's a lack of knowledge because it's just not talked about enough.
Hmm.
People can't understand what they never heard about. Like I don't expect people to
Mm-hmm.
understand it. If you never heard of
That's
it, I
true.
never heard of it till I got it.
That's true.
Hmm.
It's kind of
Yeah.
like my Bell's palsy when I got that in
mhm.
2007 and I still have it. And that was one thing that, for years I was embarrassed about because it's like it took away the symmetry of my face, my smile, and so I had to wear a pirate's hat, eye patch for 6 months. I couldn't close my eye. I had to tape it shut and then people making jokes and cracking jokes and all that kind of stuff. Y'all know what I did. Y'all know I just got my eye patch to match my outfit and I kept it moving. Okay.
Period.
And
But
so, but it never came back. But that is something that sometimes I look at and it's like, some of those things like I didn't even know what Bell's palsy was when they came down. I'm like, what the hell are y'all talking about? But
I was like, probably about who? Say it again. How you
Bell's
say it?
Bell's
So,
palsy.
No, not you,
Mhm.
but that's how I was with
Oh,
fibromyalgia when they said it. I was like, I got fibromyalgia. Who? I don't know what you're saying, ma'am.
you
Can you
say
slow
what?
it down for
What
me?
you say about my mama?
I didn't know what we was talking about, but
All right,
Wait, there
ladies.
go my support system, my
yeah,
caregiver.
I see him. I see him look like he done buffed up even more, Demetrius.
No,
Ladies, thank you so much. I
thank you.
really
Thank you.
appreciate y'all coming on because we need to bring awareness to fibromyalgia and neuropathy, all of those things, because it really do affect a lot of people. And so by you ladies sharing your stories and talking about it and everything is going to help so many people. And I truly, truly appreciate it. And I think the week after next, we'll be having a doctor who deal with holistic medications.
Okay.
She does the CBD, THC, and all the stuff as well. But she focuses particularly on holistic stuff. And so I think, she has a lot of great insight. And then another lady also who owns one of the CBD, one of the businesses and everything, because she opened it up because she ended up getting in a car accident and she went through the neuropathy thing that she couldn't walk and she couldn't do things. So
I have a question to you and Simone. Because of
Yeah.
you all living in a state that allow it, is
Yeah.
that your reason why you guys tried to go that route?
it's not legal in Georgia.
Oh,
Well, first, yeah, I was gonna say first thing that had absolutely nothing to do with it. It's not.
oh,
I
okay.
didn't say ain't nobody said nothing about that. Yeah, well, because they
I mean,
have
the things that I
CBD.
buy from the stores are legal, right? I was just
Yeah,
gonna
it's
say
legal. Yeah,
marijuana
if
itself
it's
is
what
not
they have by
legal,
the
like to
store, and
smoke
it's
it.
like it's 0.8% of THC. This CBD, the rest of
Yeah,
it. And
the
so
rest of it is CBD or
that's
something like that. Yeah,
yeah.
basically. But no, what actually encouraged me to try it for like medicinal purposes was basically people just telling me. Like, I got to a point where I'm not gonna say that I was gonna try anything because that's a stretch, but I did get to the point where I was just open to try different things because I really, really, really was not feeling the whole opioid moment. Like, that really was not
Yeah.
good for me.
Yeah, me either.
And then I knew that I had to do something because doing nothing at all was episode and flare up after flare up after flare up. And it was just like, okay, this is taking me out. So then I had people that I just knew that already infused different things that was offering it to me, or like, have you heard about the medical benefits of it or whatever, and really just trying to explain their product, but giving good information at the same time. And it's like, okay, well, if you're giving it to me, then I have nothing to lose. I do know that once I read the list of ingredients, if it's all natural and it's just basically cannabis based, that it's not going to do much harm to me. It may not help, but it's not going to do much harm. So it was just worth a try. And then I just noticed that it helped. And then it helped in different ways because, like I said, we get so many different symptoms and side effects of this one disorder that leads to like 100 different things. So not only was it helping with the pain, but it was also helping with my anxiety and helping with my cloggy brain and helping me with my frustration and my anger, because I got to a point where I was really, really angry. Like, I just could not do what I wanted to do for my son, and it bothered me to my core. Like, not being able to do things for him. I'm his football team mom. I just signed up for a career day. We in the 4-H club. Like, I don't play when it comes to my baby, let alone all my other businesses. But when I couldn't do for my son, it put me in a really angry. Like, I wasn't sad. I was mad at the world. But then people was like, you need to, put this in your diffuser because it may help you. And it might have been it might have been, some type of like CBD wax thing or whatever, and now it's in the air. And it's helping me to relax from.
Now, you
that's actually
really
where I
helped me
started.
with certain information because I didn't know that you could put the CBD in lotion or in shampoo
I
or
told you
in
that
your
the other
bath
day, the
bomb.
bomb bath,
So that
lotion,
is
all that kind
something
of
that
stuff.
I plan to look into because I've never been one for marijuana, period, or just even the gummies or anything else. But if it's going to benefit me as far as the way my body feels, or just being able to relax my mind and not having to literally put it in my body or smoke anything or chew anything, then I'm open.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, and this is something Dr. Bates is going to talk about too. It's like when you say marijuana, people automatically just think, "Oh, weed head," or "Oh, something like that." When there's so many uses, so many different things that it helps, and so many people that
my doctor won't recognize it.
Well, it's not legal here. It's only legal in liquid form here in Georgia,
they
and
won't
only
even
for children. So if it has to have some benefits, if you're allowing it to help these children, but y'all don't want to make it legal for everybody because, well, I'm in the South, totally different. It's legal up in Michigan, you know,
Yeah, but
and in
my
Ohio, but down here, no, but it's not just somebody wanting to get high. It helps.
Yeah. Our doctor
People
says
don't
no way.
realize that it's not about.
Huh?
I get it though. I've been through my fair share of doctors that won't even tap into the idea of it.
Me
No.
too.
They won't hear me
They'll
out.
disown you.
They won't-
Mm-hmm. That's true. So,
Tonya, you have a great platform, and are you going to have Robin on? Is that who will be speaking?
I just got to confirm with her, but yeah, the both of them, because I want them to follow up, because it's about pain, and it's about different ways and different things you can take and different things you can do for your body that's not going to harm you, that you don't have to take this medication, because y'all know it's all a racket. It's all a racket. The food they feed, the food, what's on it, gets us sick. And then what we do, we gotta go to the doctor. And then what the doctor gonna do is just hand you prescription. But a lot of that is our fault, because they can also hand you some say, if you eat right, exercise, and do this, this, and that, this will get rid of that problem. But a lot of us don't want to do that and be like, no, just give me a prescription. And then now you're endangering
Just
your
like they
body
said
more.
too, like how diabetes can be reversed. The doctors can't reverse it with
by
medication, but
losing 10 or
it
15
can be
pounds.
reversed naturally. You're right, Tonya.
And so the doctors, they write the prescription, then the pharmacy people, it's a racket. It's a complete racket. So looking for different ways of how things we can eat, like I said, starting a garden. I'm looking into that. Starting a garden, Lord, I don't know what I'm gonna have in it or what's gonna make it.
Chicken.
Have a chicken and a rooster, because the eggs gonna go up to $9,000. So, we got to really look at doing stuff more for ourselves and not waiting for people to, come out and hand us stuff. So you ladies, awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much.
You.
Sorry, I apologize for not being able to live stream this on Facebook, but my computer, I tried, I really did. But I will be, like I said, this is being recorded. And so when I get it edited, I will make sure you guys have it and you can do as you please with it. Okay. And all right. So thank you so much. If there's no questions, thank y'all all for coming. Thank you so much for coming. We appreciate it. And absolutely, we'll be next week. Probably I'll let y'all know by Monday. That's what we're going to do. But I'm going to stick with, I'll tell you what I am going to do. It will be something in the pain area, because I'm going to do a month at a time and stick on one topic. And then I need to talk to people about my insurance and everything like that. As far as like this fibromyalgia, there's certain particular policies or something you could have had that at least you got money coming in. I understand you can't work, but you still need to have some money coming in. So, just to make sure, I'm always want to make sure if something happens, you gonna be good. You got money coming in so that you can focus on getting better. So, but holistic ways, absolutely, for medication and stuff. So when she comes on, I'll definitely let y'all know. But thank y'all so much. It is
Thank you.
Doing good. Oh, went over, but that's okay. All right.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all.
Guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Have a good night. Thank you.
You too. Thank you. Meeting's over.
I was waiting for everybody to hang up.
Yeah, I am too. Let me stop recording.